Yeah, when your ship breaks in half and you're helplessly floating out there in the freezing ass ocean, one man you want to save you, and that's James T. Kirk, captain of Starship Enterprise. The finest hours. I love how they make this one plural. Usually the finest hour, it's like an hour. This one's like, no, it's more than 1 hour. It's plural. So the finest hours is the true story of a ship that breaks in half. Its crew is helplessly out there floating in the ocean. They don't have a lot of time. They have a few hours before they sink. Chris Pine's in the Coast Guard, so he's ordered to take a small crew and go out there and assist that ship. Bring the people back alive. Funny, because it just powered through the entire plot of the movie. The movie's like 2 hours long. But it takes a while to get there. First of all, I like Chris Pine. Chris Pine's a likable dude. I like seeing him get work. I like seeing him play a hero. He's kind of an underdog. That's what I like about Chris Pine and Casey Affleck in this movie. They're both underdogs in their professions. They're not really well liked by the people around them, the people they work with. But if there are people who are going to get them through it, they're the ones because they got the heart. And this movie does a really good job at showing scale. Like when things are supposed to be big, like that's a big ass wave. It's big. And it look cold and wet. Like when they're cold and wet, you're like, yeah, I'm freezing too. And I'm just watching the thing. Man, I'm in a cozy ass theater. But I feel pretty chilly right now. But yeah, the path to getting there is pretty drawn out, and it takes a while to get there. Not that you need to see excitement and carnage in every shot in a movie like this, but we saw the trailer, we know what the premise is, so when there's more downtime than not, you just feel like, all right, let's get to what we came for. But this movie definitely does play up the feels. I mean, the odds are against these guys. And when you see the common man going up against these astronomical odds, and he's a nice dude, you're like, I want to root for you because I completely do root for you because you are a nice guy. Want to see him succeed, and that snares you into the movie. That hooks you, and now you're in it. I feel like the marketing kind of botched a few things in here, and that shouldn't be on the movie, but I do have to address it in this review. The trailer really shows the premise condensed into a couple minutes, and when I was watching it, I was like, oh yeah, that was just kind of the entire movie. I hate that shit. It's more and more common, which makes it more and more infuriating and frustrating. And it is a pretty by-the-numbers rescue movie. I mean, you have Casey Affleck, then you have the guy who's completely against him, like, you don't know what you're talking about, but you know Casey Affleck's actually the one who has the plan that will work. But in the way the movie breaks it down, you've seen it 100,000 times before in film. So in the end, the finest hours is really just kind of a fine couple hours. You got a couple good leads, a couple good guys, you want to root for them, they're fighting the odds, they're saving lives, you love that. You like the overall theme of this movie, but I feel like given the fact that this movie's pitched in the promo as the most daring rescue in Coast Guard history, I feel like the movie should have been a little more interesting, but a lot of it is lead up to Chris Pine leaving. Then Chris Pine leaves, and it's him taking his boat a few miles out there, and that's the rest of the movie. And then there's that whole rescue attempt thing. You don't get dishfuls of what you came for, but in the end, I will say the finest hours is still a good time, no alcohol required. So the finest hours, have you seen it? What did you think about it? Or what's your favorite rescue movie? Biopic, fictional, whatever. Whatever it is, comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like what you've seen here and you want to see more, click right here to see more.